and thank you for joining us today. We are the state of Utah, sponsored by Silicon Slopes Commons, and my name is Elizabeth Converse. Today we have with us Representative Walt Brooks. Hi, Representative. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for inviting me.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. So we've heard a little bit about HB 80, and we're looking for you to tell us more about what it does and what it is and what's inside.
Sure. So HB 80 actually was run last year by Mark Roberts and just ran out of time. So he's not with us this time. So he asked me to pick it up and move it forward. In my opinion, it's really what we should be doing in government. Oftentimes we create laws and they tend to be punitive in nature. But government, it really is not the source that creates wealth. It's innovation. And Silicon Slopes is a great example of if the government can get out of the way, we can actually get things moving faster. So HB 80 basically gives an affirmative defense for people who are responsible for taking care of personal information. So we have a lot of standards out there, and a lot of people are spending money to make sure that individuals' personal information, their credit card information, all that kind of stuff is protected. But there are some bad actors out there. So instead of trying to put laws into place that punish people, because you can kind of save the money, I guess you could say, and avoid the work that it takes and get around those solutions, or we could provide an incentive. And so what this does is basically gives those that are really trying to do their part, they're following the standards, they're doing everything they can to protect individuals' personal identifying information, then there should be some kind of benefit, and that's the affirmative defense. And that's the whole basis for this is let's try something that removes regulation and gives benefit to those that are good actors out there. And I think we'll be able to expedite innovation and creativity, which Silicon Slopes is a great example of.
Definitely. So you mentioned that it helps protect those out there who are already doing the right thing while making sure that the individual is still protected. Can you
Right.
tell us a little bit more about like what that process actually is?
Well, let's say that you're a company and you store some information and you're following all the processes that you can, but someone breaks in and still steals it. You know, we have hackers all the time. Well, you can go now and say, look, I did everything I possibly could. And so you do have that affirmative defense. It doesn't give you immunity and it doesn't hold you not responsible, especially if there's negligence. But currently, even if you're doing all that, the people's information that gets stolen can still come back and sue you. So really, what's the motivation to try to spend all that money to protect it? Like those bad actors that say, well, I'm not going to spend all that money because I'm going to get sued anyway. So we really just want to make sure that if these do have hacks and we do lose information and people are meeting those standards, they do have something that can give them a benefit saying, look, I'm trying to do this. And I believe that more people will actually meet those standards, thereby making the whole community as more secure for our data.
So to me, and from my personal understanding of this, it kind of seems like it's a continuation of understanding the internet economy where things are not necessarily happening face to face as they would, but are still protected in those same ways. Like if somebody broke into a store and stole all of the store's credit card records, that's not the store's fault if the store had them very well protected and was doing everything in their power. Does that sound kind of accurate?
Yeah, it's basically individuals' due diligence. And our economy is changing. We're more and more online. And we need to be able to adjust our laws to fit the same. And I think this is a good measure that's not punitive in nature, but also encourages people to meet those standards. And I think we will. We'll see benefits across the board.
Definitely. Well, we really appreciate your time today, and we look forward to supporting this in the legislature. And let us know if we can do anything more for you.
Hey, thanks for having me. You have a great day.
You too. Bye bye.